Welcome back, everybody. Over a year ago, I made a video on my channel called Live Streams That Temporarily Cure My Depression. You can check out the card above my head somewhere, where I basically looked at live webcams from around the world to see what was going on in life. But of course, right now, we are on lockdown because of the pandemic, March 2020. And so I was like, what if we go back to these live cams, there's not going to be anybody there. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go through a bunch of live streams from around the world just to see how empty everything is. And this video may not have much appeal now, but I feel like if anything it will be a somewhat interesting historical document once we go back to normal in the future, to be able to look back and say, wow, those city streets were empty. You're never going to see that again, hopefully. And before we jump into that, I just want to point out the merchandise for the channel here. You can get a cool shirt like this in FJ We Trust. We've also got the Stay Cool and Attractive design, designed by Maria Filer. You can follow her at Maria Filer on Instagram, find all her links to her other artwork. But it's a great way to help support the channel and wear something that probably no one else you know owns, you know? Because that's what it's all about, being a hipster. So some of these streams are new this year. Some of the ones are ones I looked at last year. And it'll be really interesting to see what they look like. First up, we're in Times Square in New York City. This is amazing. You will never see it look like this unless they're like shooting a movie or there's some event happening. I mean, New York's closed down, man. There's nobody there. This is the heart of the city. And it's weird how it's like all the advertising is still going. Who are they advertising to? It's sort of like that Ray Bradbury short story. I forget what it's called, but it's like set in the future and the house, the automatic house keeps going to keep the house clean, but all the people are dead because like a, what did they call it? A neutron bomb went off, a Jimmy Neutron bomb. I don't know. Something that killed everybody, all the people, but the house was still there. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. You know, there's still a few people, there's still some traffic, but this is like, it's just so bizarre. So weird. Next, we go over to Washington, D.C. to the Cherry Blossom Cam down on the National Mall. And I forget when they peaked. I think they peaked last week. But even so, they still are looking good. If this was a normal year, the tidal basin here would be frickin' packed with people and there's nobody there. Although it was a big thing in the news last weekend, I think, there was still a bunch of people going out there. What is wrong with you? Those people are the reason why we can't have nice things in the world. Because they're just like, I'll go out. There's a pandemic. Who cares? But yeah. But you know, you can still check out the cherry blossoms and on internet through a camera. It's great. Of course, this webcam freezes up so often that it's like not even looking at a camera, but whatever. All right, before we continue with the webcams, let's take a quick commercial break to support this channel. Okay, now we're going to one that we did in that video I talked about from last year in Telluride, Colorado. Downtown Telluride, the ski resort town, and there ain't nobody there. Now, I mean, it's late March, so maybe it would still be sort of like a bit of the down season anyway, but it wouldn't be this down. There's literally no one out. It's incredible. All the stores are closed. For those of you in the future watching 10 years from now or something, you don't remember what was going on. Basically, all non-essential businesses have been closed. And if you're not a grocery store, a pharmacy, essential, whatever essential is, you can't go in a restaurant, you can't sit down to eat. This is really weird. I'm explaining something to people way in the future, assuming that YouTube will be around. There's a guy, dude, I saw a guy. There's someone out there. He is taking his life in his hands. You know, Telluride looks like a beautiful place. I'd love to visit there. Once travel is legal again, That's right, people in the future. Travel in March 2020 is basically not legal anymore. We got a couple people. There's someone taking his life in his hands right there. Wow. It still looks very beautiful, you know? Mother Nature still goes on. Here's another New York City camera, Bryant Park, and just some pigeons. The pigeons don't understand. Dude, there's the it out, okay? What are you doing? Come on. I wonder if I should bleep out when I say the virus names because that can get you demonetized. There's one guy here though. He looks like he might be, I think I saw him earlier. I think he's a security guard. I think this is the place in the last live stream where there was a ice skating rink. Not sure. Now we go to another place in the US, in New England, that was in the last live stream video I made. Burlington, Vermont, the Church Street Marketplace. There's a guy right there. And there's almost nobody out and about, except that one guy in the red jacket. This is the, the main drag in Burlington, college town. How many people live in Burlington? 40,000? I don't know. It's not very big. There's the Ben & Jerry's. It's closed because Ben & Jerry's is not essential, though it should be. Wow, there's nobody out. This is incredible. This is a Saturday afternoon and nobody is out. Shake my head. All the malls are closed. The snowbank right there is still open for business. And the red jacket guy with a beard, he seems confused. He's not really sure where he's going in life or on this Church Street Marketplace. Here's a random one. The Bratislava Pizza Mitza. I don't know why I put this one in here. It was in the one last year, but I was looking at it in the middle of the night and there wasn't anything there. It was just like totally dark. At least now the lights are on. They look closed. I looked earlier a few hours ago and there was a guy making a pizza. So there's really nothing there. Okay, now we're headed out to Las Vegas, down on the main strip. Is this the main strip? I don't know. This is another one that I looked at last year, and yeah, there's almost nobody out. We got a few people down here who don't seem to have gotten the memo. No, ain't no one going to see Blue Man Group today. Although I have tickets to see the Blue Man Group in May. I hope that we can go out by then, but it's not looking good. It's basically like everywhere is a ghost town. Wow. Next, we're gonna go to one of my favorite live cameras of all time, Jackson Hole, Wyoming Town Square. This is a delightful camera to look at, especially in the winter months when it's all decorated. But right now, ain't nobody there. Another ski resort town. It's just so weird. Like, I know I'm just saying the same thing over and over again, but it's just so weird to see all these places deserted. It's a very novel thing that we hopefully will never see again, but oh, that guy was gonna try to turn left. He went a little bit and the other people were like, no, I got the right of way. And all these people on the internet saw it. Now let's go abroad, people. We're gonna go to Assisi in Italy. The birthplace, or I don't know if he's born there, probably, hometown of St. Francis of Assisi. There's nobody there except this one guy walking around. Now, what time is it there? If it's 3 in the afternoon here, it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's, you know, it's not that late over there. And there's nobody out because, of course, Italy has been hit, like relatively, Italy's been hit the hardest. I bet on a normal night, this place would be like full of people, but it's just one lonely guy taking his life into his hands. And then if we go over to Venice, Italy, same thing, totally empty, deserted, nobody out. Although, because nothing is happening, it doesn't really look live, you know, who knows. Next we go to a tropical paradise, the Soggy Dalla. I'm not sure if this one made it into my last video, but it was one I had looked at back then. And you know, this is like a hopping joint. Usually there would be a bunch of people on the beach. So the fact that it's totally closed is, you know, weird. Likewise, at the Pelican Cove Beach Resort in St. Croy, U.S. Virgin Islands. There's nobody there, because you can't. Now, if you look here, there's a bunch more live cams from around the world. There's a ton of them. And so you yourself can explore on YouTube and see how nothing is going on anywhere in the world. I mean, since we're all stuck at home, I don't like, is this entertaining? Why? I don't know, but it's just such a weird time. So if anything, I want this video to be a small documentation of what it was like during the quarantine of 2020. All right, well, there you have it, folks. I don't know if these live streams will cure your depression or if they will just freak you out, but I just want to say that all of you at home, everyone in the world is affected by this. This is what is so weird about it, that how many things happen in the world where everyone is affected by it. And I know a lot of people are really scared right now, and I'm an eternal optimist. I think it's going to be all right. I think just everyone needs to take responsibility, though. That's how we're all going to get through it. Everyone needs to stay home as much as possible, only leave for the essentials. Make sure you wash your hands, practice social distancing. Just take it seriously. And if we all work together, we can get through this a lot quicker, and it won't get too much worse before it gets better. I hope all of you at home are doing well. I know a lot of people have been affected negatively by this, not only with actual medical stuff like catching the virus, but also the economic part of it is going to be the more difficult thing for most people, because a lot of people lost their jobs, a lot of businesses are hurt big time. And I want you to know my heart's with you if you are one of the people who has, you've lost your job because of this, or if you are actually going through catching the virus. My thoughts are with you, and we're all going to pull through it. I think if anything, the great thing about humanity is we're all adaptable and we come together when we need to. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Till then, stay cool and attractive. I had a look at the live cam in Times Square. The ads were still playing.